everyone, my name's Kaylee, and the reason why I'm uploading this video and probably why you clicked on it was because you saw that my husband and I have decided to start trying for baby number 2. The reason why I'm also uploading this video is because when I was thinking about getting pregnant, when I was trying to conceive, and when I was actually pregnant with my first daughter, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I really was looking for any advice, anybody's experiences, stories, tips, tricks, anything really, just to get me to know what was normal, what wasn't, what other people experienced, what I might be in for. And I really found it helpful. So I was hoping that I could be helpful to at least one other person, even if it made a difference to one person. That's very important to me. So I guess I should start by saying again, my name is Kaylee. I'm 31 years old. I'm married. My husband is also 31 years old, but about to be 32 in just like a little over a week. I currently work full-time as a clinical coordinator, clinical RN coordinator at a home care company. And my daughter goes to daycare full-time. She's 22 months old and her name is Mackenzie. I was thinking that I could also talk about how my experience was with my daughter Mackenzie trying to conceive. So my husband and I got married in October of 2017. And we knew that we didn't want to start trying immediately because we had planned our honeymoon for February of 2018 because it was quite a big trip. So it was 3 weeks. And we went to Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. And it was very expensive. And it was like, we knew it was going to be the trip of our lifetime. So we really didn't want to get pregnant before that so I could fully enjoy and have drinks and not really think about anything, just enjoy the trip. And then when we got home, I started talking with my husband about it and I was ready. He wasn't quite there yet, so we waited a little bit longer. And then around May, we had a conversation that I was feeling ready. And I said, it usually takes 3 to 6 months for most women to get pregnant. It can take up to a year. We really have no idea how our journey is going to go since we've never tried for kids before, we've never gotten pregnant before, so we really don't know. So I said, there's no way we're going to get pregnant right away. Most women don't, and I think that we really should start trying now. And my husband said, oh no, we're going to get pregnant right away. And I had to kind of stop him and say, well, listen, I don't need any more pressure, you don't know how it's going to go. And even if sometimes both people are on paper very healthy, everything is okay, and they really don't know why, and sometimes people have trouble conceiving. So I just wanted him to be aware of that, so in case we didn't get pregnant right away, he wasn't disappointed because I knew that I would be, so I needed him to kind of have that knowledge. So I had a period tracker app, but I had it way before I was even considering getting pregnant. I think I actually got it back in college, I want to say, or right around that time, because I would always forget when my period was coming, and I like to have a track, so I would have a reminder so that I knew when it was coming. And my cycle was always pretty regular, usually between like 28, 30 days, sometimes more or less, but roughly between 28 and 30 days. So I pretty much averaged 29 days, I would say, but mostly right around there. So I had an idea. I've been tracking my period, so I had a pretty good idea of when I was going to ovulate, roughly. So I knew around the time that we should start trying. So that month in May, we did try. And lo and behold, first try, we ended up getting pregnant. We found out pretty early, probably like we were less than just under 4 weeks pregnant. It was very early and we were very lucky. And trust me, I do know that I was very lucky to get pregnant so quickly. I know it's not easy for a lot of women, so I really am appreciative of that. But I'm also aware that even though it was easy for me the first time and I did get pregnant right away, that for our second baby, it could be a completely different experience. I know a few women who have 1 kid or 2 kids or more, and their first one was very easy and their second one didn't come as easy, so it could be a different experience next time. So I'm kind of well aware of that and trying to take that into consideration. So this time I plan to do mostly everything the same. I'm taking prenatal vitamins already. I have been for a while, for a few months now again. The only difference this time is that I did buy ovulation strips. I bought like a pack. It was like 100 ovulation strips for like $20 on Amazon, just to get a better idea to see how accurate my app was, just out of curiosity. And it seems like my app's fairly accurate. It's off by maybe a day or two, but it's usually pretty close. So I've been using those the last few months just to get an idea, and I will use them just because why not, since I have them. But I'm gonna try not to stress about it too much, just because it's not something that I need to happen immediately for any reason, and I have to understand that even if I wanted it to happen immediately, it may not. So I guess why I decided this age range. So my daughter's 22 months old. So if I got pregnant right away, our kids would be about just over 2.5 years apart. So my goal was pretty much to have our kids 2 to 3 years apart. Now I think it's awesome that a lot of moms do 2 under 2. I just knew that really wasn't going to be for me or for us, for our lifestyle and for how we are. We both work full time, so to have 2 under 2 would have been a lot of stress, especially with daycare and the financial aspect. It's like very expensive here for daycare, and it's going to be still expensive for us to have 2 in daycare, but it'll be a little bit less because she'll be almost 3 once we get the other one into daycare, if it works out how we would like it to. Also, a big thing of mine was my weight. So with my first pregnancy, I gained a lot of weight. I gained about 60, maybe just over 60 pounds, which is way too much. You're supposed to gain between 25 and 35 pounds. I didn't feel like I was that unhealthy with my eating habits. I wasn't perfect by any means, but I didn't feel like I ate that much to gain so much. But I do think I held on to a lot of water. I also was a very active person before I got pregnant. I probably worked out between 4 and 5 days a week. And once I got pregnant, that first trimester hit me like a truck. Like I did not work out at all. I could barely work. Like I felt so exhausted. I thought I knew what exhausted was, but I still don't think I've ever been as exhausted as I was the newborn phase and being that first trimester exhaustion. So I didn't work out all that trimester. I tried to start working out in the second and third trimester, but because I got so off track, I had such a hard time getting back on. And then the longer the time is, the harder it is to get back on track. So I really didn't work out at all when I was pregnant, which I really regret. But then after I had my daughter, the first year I lost about 40 of the 60 pounds. So I was doing better, but I still wasn't fully feeling myself. But I started to feel more myself after that 1 year mark. And I got really back into the gym. I worked out more regularly. I cleaned up my diet. I was doing really well. And now I weigh just about 10 pounds less than when I got pregnant with my daughter. So I'm actually at a better starting point now. So I feel really good and in a good place to get pregnant again. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I feel like I'm in a good place, which is very important, obviously. My daughter's a lot more independent at this point. Like she can play independently for short periods of time. We plan to start potty training her around 2, so hopefully she'll be potty trained by the time the next baby would come. I'm thinking if, we get pregnant now or anytime in the near future, she'll be a little bit excited to help grab diapers and want to help me out a little bit with the baby. I do think there will be some jealousy, but I think that if we wait too much longer, there will be even more jealousy. I mean, I guess we'll see. Every kid's different, so you don't really know how they're going to react until they do. But I think I really like the idea of like a 2.5, 3 year age gap. When I was growing up, I was an only child until I was 16. So I was an only child until 16, and then my mom had my brother and sister. My sister when I was 16, and my brother when I was 18. So I pretty much grew up as an only child, and my mom was one of 7. And I'll never forget, my mom's sister had 6 kids, and I used to love going to their house because there was so much going on at all times with 6 kids, hustle and bustle and everything. And I loved it. I loved everything about it. And then I would come home and be by myself. So I always wanted a bigger family. When my husband and I first got together, I had talked about wanting 4 kids, and he really wanted more like 2 kids. So we kind of compromised on 3, and I actually think that's probably a great compromise for both of us. And I think that's a realistic goal, and you never know if it might happen. And I'll be happy if I just have my daughter. Obviously, I want more, hence why we're trying. But I am at least glad that I got to have my daughter, and I was blessed with her. And we'll take as it comes. So hopefully it all works out. I'm excited to start trying. So my Next period is actually supposed to start on Christmas Day on Friday. That's just what the app guesses. So I'll probably get it. Today is Wednesday, so probably between either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, most likely, unless my cycle's way off. And so then after that, obviously, we'll start trying once we get closer to the ovulation day. So I'm excited. I am not too nervous yet or anything, a little bit, just because you never know, but mostly just excited. And hopefully it'll work out. If you want to follow me along with the journey, I'm going to kind of try to upload videos from time to time with some updates. And if there's any questions you have, feel free to leave them below. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this video besides myself, but if you do, feel free to follow me. And thank you for watching my video. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.